We're all good? Awesome. Welcome, guys, to our live learning session. I am so excited about who we've got with us today. We have the most amazing poodle person, not only in Australia, but I think the world.
Mel.
I know. One of my idols, and I love her dearly. It's Miranda Duncan. So Miranda's going to share with us how she clips poodle feet. And we're going to go a little bit into cuff length as well, because it can get a bit confusing with the toys, minis, standards, those type of things. So
and between pets and shows.
Oh yeah, pets and shows a lot different as well. Trey is our model today. So we've sort of cut him down a little bit, so he's in he's kind of in an in-between length, but that's good.
It is. It's a lot better for him.
Yeah. So his feet, when I was washing and drying him today, and I quickly went home and fed all my dogs and do what you need to do, and I was looking at him outside, and it actually looked like he had teddy feet.
They are so long, Mel.
I know, and I'm like, oh my goodness, we're going to clip them off.
He desperately needs them doing.
And I'm the type of person who loves long poodle ears, to Miranda's disgust. Can you cut his ears? No, I can't.
Well, we cut the rest of him off a couple of weeks ago. That was a bit of a trauma for him.
Yeah. He's a type of dog that I should explain quickly, because I always keep a lot of coat on him, because when I clip him down or cut him shorter, hand scissoring, whatever, he gets really scared. And Miranda gave him a haircut last Friday, I think it was, and he actually hid in the kitchen, so he was hiding.
I tried to be like, not cut it all off.
Yeah, so we have to gradually go down shorter and shorter. So sometimes, you get dogs in the salon and owners will say, oh, my dog hid. And I'd always be like, oh, really? And then I've got a dog that hides.
Exactly. And yours was a show dog too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you say that, but they're all just my pets.
I know, they're all pets.
Okay, so is everybody right? Have we got people still joining, Core?
30 people watching.
All right, okay. Cool. Let's just start then. So we are going to begin with our blade length. So with Trey, and I was explaining to Miranda last week that I've always clipped his little tootsies really short. So he gets clipped on his feet on a 40.
Yep.
So we're going to use a 5-in-1 clipper. So it's going to be on the shortest length, and it doesn't bother him, but it's always important that you check the dog's skin. So of course, when you bring the dog in for the consultation, the grooming consultation, it's always a good idea when you've got the dog in your arms, I always just have a quick look at their little tootsies and in between their toes.
So we check trays, and like especially on the lighter coloured dogs, like you'll see that some of them can have like quite a bit of discoloration from licking, so there's staining around there, and that's usually an indication that there could be an irritation. So you wouldn't want to use like a really short blade on that.
Yeah, and I've got a little silver toy that I groom, and I have to do her on a 10 because she rushes up in a second.
Yeah, some of them
if I go shorter, it's incredible. So it's really important to communicate to the owner what length you're doing. I always say we're going to go a little bit longer, or we can go nice and short.
It's also if they are a repeat customer, say how did they go after their last groom as well? Like, did they lick their feet, or did they have any irritation after the last groom? Yeah. It's always a good way to check in as well.
Yeah, I'm always communicating to my owners. All my clients stay when I groom their dogs, so they're always like talking the whole time. Okay, so we've gone through our little blade length with a Trey, and he's happy to go short. So how are we going to hold him? What do you prefer to do?
So I know that some people prefer to have the foot they're actually in front of the dog and they go in that
Yeah,
direction.
so-
Right, we push him up.
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
We can hold him up. Sit down, darling.
Okay.
Yeah, so I go forward like
you
this.
go like
Yeah.
that? See, as a preference, I don't like doing it like that for a couple of reasons. Where's the back of the table?
Yeah.
He could fall off.
I know.
You don't want that.
No, so we're going to flip him around.
But the other thing that can happen as well is if you're holding the foot in front, they can pull that quite aggressively backwards, and it can actually hurt.
And I must say, like, I don't groom a lot of dogs anymore, so all my clients are really good and they let me pick up their little feet.
And you're really
I
lucky.
know. I'm really blessed.
that there aren't a lot, even the experienced ones, like they don't like it that much.
Yeah, I understand. Trey understands.
He does. I think he's feeling it.
So when you clip the front, you come from behind?
I like to actually put my arm around the dog.
So they feel nice and secure.
Nice and secure. His bottom is supported against me.
Yeah.
So and then I can just gently pick up his foot.
Yeah.
And I can really have a good look at it.
Yeah. And what about your back feet?
With the back feet?
Yeah.
Same. They're, so if you just stand up, good boy. So with the back feet, stay there, Trey. Same
action.
Same action. So, and picking up. So, but I've got really good control and so I'm supporting him. And I think for some it actually,
I think it feels like he's getting a cuddle.
He is getting a cuddle.
Yeah, he loves it. But he loves you, Miranda.
Oh,
so.
he does, yes. So we've assessed how to hold.
Yeah.
And it is a preference. I know that other people like to go directly, but I feel as though I can get a nice, a nice clean foot.
Yeah.
Because you're coming up, and you can also judge where you're going to as in how high you're going up as well.
Your pattern on your foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we should.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about approaching with our clippers. So we've got our little clippers here.
Yeah.
So that's already set on the 40 blade.
Yeah.
So, start. How would you approach it first? Do you normally do the pads first?
On the front feet, I do the top. And on the back feet, I do underneath.
Okay. Yeah.
So just because it's easier to get into the back feet, like on the bottom of the pad.
And I think because we were going to cut a little bit of hair off his feet, but then we decided not to because it gives you guys a really good indication of how far to clip up to, because we don't want any, hairy high pants. So we don't want them where they've got poodle feet, like halfway up their leg.
I call it puss in boots.
Puss in boots.
Yeah. Not necessarily hairy high pants, but yes.
Hairy high pants.
Okay. So I like to.
So we're going to set in our.
I think because they are so. Because they are so long. Let's just sort of like get a bit of hair off. For starters.
Okay. So we're just going to take a bit of hair off.
Let's find the toes.
Okay. Let's see how long these nails are. So Miranda's just taking a little bit of hair off the top of the foot just so she can see where she's sort of at.
I've found like the tips of his knuckles, which is a good sign.
Yeah.
And now I'm just trying to find the sides of the feet as well.
He's like just on the table.
Yeah, I know.
Do you want me to just prop him back on? There you go, buddy. Trey's the type of dog, he'll be just happy wherever.
So we've found...
and we're clipping in reverse as well. So we're coming against the growth.
Yes, we're going against the growth of the hair.
Yeah.
So now we've found his little knuckles and the sides of his feet. So we've just taken off a bit of that bulk, which was making it hard to see what's going on.
Yeah.
So now we can probably just neaten that up, and so we can see.
Oh yeah, see, he's pulling a bit.
He is pulling a bit.
He hasn't had his little
tootsies. They haven't been done for
long.
no. So for show, I would set in this line across the top of the foot,
Yep.
so that you probably got, let's say, 1/2 centimetre
Okay.
to where the toe splits.
Yep. So where your toes start, you've got
Yep.
1/2 centimetre.
Yeah, good boy, Trey.
I'll just pop him back on.
So just neatening up. I know, Trey.
And so my dogs lay down when I groom them. So he's waiting for you so he can lay down.
Oh, Trey, it's okay.
And again, if you guys have any questions, definitely ask them because we can answer right live on air.
So now that we've cleaned up the, I guess that we've put in that line
Yep.
across the top. So if that was going to be a pet foot, you might go up, let's say,
A bit higher,
maybe another couple of millimetres.
just to neaten it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, just to take it across there.
Yeah.
But yeah. So now we're going to start cleaning around. Stay, Trey.
So the brand of clippers that we're using, Barbara, are the Ascalops.
So we're just starting to now clean up around a
his
toe.
little toes. So Miranda's going to just move his toes out a little bit and scoop out
I know,
that little
I know.
hairs.
I know, darling. Yeah. So to actually show, I know, where the toe is. I've got my finger, and I'm pushing in between the webbing,
Yep.
and then I'm actually almost supporting the toe.
Yep, so it tightens that webbing, so
Yep.
then we can't nick it with the clippers.
That's right, but it also separates the toe from
Yeah.
the other toes.
Yeah.
And so, yeah,
I
now
think
you're
there's
just
nothing more satisfying
swooping
than
that-
swooping out
yeah,
poodle feet.
I
Good
know.
boy, buddy. Good boy. Good boy, sunshine.
So, and yeah, just, I know. So once you've done one toe, then you can move on and move your finger, separate
to
the
the
next
next one.
toe. It's about getting all those bits along.
The little tufts of hair.
Oh, I know. I got it.
Good boy, buddy. Good boy.
So also what can help, I find, is you can pull up the hair
Yeah.
so that you know exactly where you've got extra hair that needs to come
especially
off.
because I bathed him, I think, at about 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And now it's 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it's been pouring rain all day, and he
Yeah.
has to go outside to the toilet,
Well, that's it.
so it can flatten those little hairs a bit.
Oh, I know.
What?
So we've almost got the bulk of this off. And so, yeah, I've just moved my finger along, underneath his foot to hold out each of the
Yeah.
feet. Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
So we've taken off the bulk. Now, to get a really nice, tight, and clean foot, I
Yeah.
like to use the little trimmers. So
Oh, yes, I'll grab him.
you grab them. Thanks.
Sorry, I was reading. All right. Were you asleep? We've got Miss Wiggles here. And I just woke her up.
Poor Wiggly Woo.
Are you okay? We've just got a question here from Danielle June. I've noticed a lot in grooming competitions that groomers tend to make feet look like Harry high pants. Is this a requirement in grooming comps? Okay, so depending on the size and the trim.
I haven't done
No,
grooming
see,
comps.
because I'm a toy owner and a miniature owner, so I like my cuffs to be nearly on their knuckles. That's just me.
Yeah, I guess most of the standard poodles that they're probably using in the competitions would have pretty good feet and nicely, very tight tightly knuckled feet.
Yeah.
So with those, yes, you probably can take them up higher.
A bit higher.
A bit higher. So I haven't noticed that as in terms of a trend per
I
se.
haven't really noticed it either. And
Somebody wants to know what's wrong with his face. Mel, you can say. He's just got a growth.
he's got a bit of a growth on his face. So we weren't sure how big it was going to grow. So he's going to get it taken off soon.
Yeah.
Poor little guy.
But you did a good job of shaving around it today.
Yeah, so I would like to keep some hair there, but I have to keep it nice and clean, and so the hair doesn't stick to it. But yeah, so he's okay. It's not cancerous or anything like that. He's healthy.
Okay, so let's get these around these toenails.
Yep, so we're using a little trimmer now, and that would almost be like a 50 blade.
Exactly.
So it's pretty short, and I feel like they're a lot softer.
Absolutely. I don't think that the edge of the blade is as sharp. So I can run my finger along there. It's really lovely and smooth.
Yeah.
And it just gets rid of all of those
Little tufts.
Yeah, the little tufts around, and you can get a really clean edge around your nail.
Yeah.
And look, he likes it much better. And you just support each toe.
That makes such a difference.
Yeah, you just support each toe as you're doing it. You can also do a little bit of the extra, like along the webbing.
Yeah.
And it's less likely to actually catch the skin.
I think so as well. Oh, Miss Wiggle Pants.
What you doing?
Yeah, they look nice.
That just like brings them, it's just a finishing touch that I like to do.
And for people that do compete, it is really important that you get a really tidy foot, so there's no little bits of tufts of hair, anything like that left on there, that you want a really clean foot.
Exactly. So, yeah, there's nothing worse. And you can double check. I know, Trey. You can double check around your toes just by like running your fingers.
Yeah. Or even using your eyes.
My eyes aren't as good as yours. Okay, good boy. So let's have a look at that. You got those scissors there, Mel? Yeah, just there.
Yes. Do you want curves or straights?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
What's your favourite straights?
They were really nice.
So when you scissor the cuffs, how... Oh, you want to hop down, Poodle Pants? Is that how you always scissor cuffs, with the foot in your hand, or do you do the foot on the ground, or are you just kneading it up?
I'm just kneading it up. No, if I was to do it, like I would probably... Well, I push it all down first, like that, and then I would like cut, but I was just neatening up so they could see.
Yeah.
See the line. So, but we've got to do the underneath of the foot now. So.
Yep. So he's showing you Miss Wiggles just woke. Oh, poor Betty.
I know.
Woke up your Betty.
So I think also like because like Trey, he is being a little bit like touchy with that other clipper, so we're going to use the little one underneath to do the underneath of his foot.
I don't think he's had poodle feet for
quite a while,
yeah, we've
so
been growing him.
I would understand.
So he probably thought he was going to have teddy feet.
Well,
He's been telling all his friends about his feet.
But I'm sure your floors don't like teddy feet.
No.
So to do the underneath of the foot, I would you bring it back as well.
Yep.
And I try and grab like the middle two toes.
Yeah.
With with my finger.
Oh, yep. So you're
I'm actually pulling the foot apart.
Yeah, because we need to be really careful, because underneath is a lot of webbing and a lot of loose skin as well.
Exactly.
And we really need to do, again, that scooping motion. So we're scooping out the hair. And I don't know about you, but I'm always, we were talking about this the other day, that it's so important to feel at the end of the clipper, at the end of the brush. So we're not just going in with the clipper really hard, that we can almost close our eyes and feel.
You're feeling your way in there. So
Yeah.
I've just very, very gradually done that, and like he has not complained at all.
He probably likes that because he's probably like, can someone just trim the bottom of my pads
Yeah.
at least?
Clean my feet, clean my feet. So that is a really nice
Yeah,
clean underneath.
yeah. Perfect.
Good boy, Trey. Good boy, Trey.
So with his feet, where would you set in his cuff? Would you set that in on his knuckle? Well, his nails are long, aren't they?
They're not too bad considering how long the hair on his feet was.
Yeah.
Oh, are you talking about the scissoring component?
Yeah, like where you would sit that cuff.
Okay. So if I just have a look. So when I took his hair off last Friday, I called it Trey with
Flares.
Yeah, it was with flair. With
tried
flair, not flares.
I tried to straighten up his.
So in terms of that cuff, I would push all the hair down. Here.
So you might need to go that side.
will.
Yeah.
Yeah. So push the hair down, comb it down.
So would you always scissor or would you clip it in? What would you do in the salon?
So I clip
of
it to
both?
where it's going to go, but then I scissor it. What do you mean by like clip up? Like in terms of like the short blade, the long blade?
The short blade.
Oh.
Do you want me to show you what I would do?
Yeah.
So sometimes if a dog has a lot of hair, so I'd comb all these little.
Oh, and you use the clipper.
Yeah.
Oh no, I use a scissor.
No, so it's on the shortest,
Yeah.
and then we come in and just come.
I don't trust it.
You don't trust it?
No.
Oh goodness. And then.
Yep.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do that if it was a show dog, or
And maybe that's why I haven't done that.
I know, or if I was competing, because I need that cuff to be
Pristine, yeah. Like, yeah, I would, yeah.
yeah. Corey was asking me
What
something.
did you want?
Oh, we got a question. Oh, hey Stella. Skin cuts more likely with using a reverse blade to clean around the nails. So
A reverse blade?
So skin cuts. So I'm guessing that she means like actually cutting.
You like an inexperienced use of the blade can cut the webbing if you're not separating it and supporting it properly. And also if you've got a dog that is pulling back and forth, it's quite easy to for it to go in. So and that's why I prefer to do it like going this way because I've got more control of the whole leg, not just a foot. So if I was to do this now, he could be like going. And I'm going.
And especially with the little one when we're doing around the toes. So if he's pulling like this, which he doesn't really do, but we know the type that do it, and it's almost like you're kind of like, should I clip? Am I right now to go? And sometimes you're like, no, I'm not right to go yet.
And it's very dangerous just to throw it in there and like an attempt to do it. So no, I wouldn't.
Yeah. But again, I've never had any big issues with cutting the dog's skin. If that's what you mean, Stella. If it's not, type it out again. Yeah. Oh.
Okay, should we do
Yes.
a back foot now?
Let's do the back.
Okay.
Hey, Jackie, how are you? Okay, so we're going to do his little back feet.
Yep. So when it comes to back feet, I actually prefer to clip out the underneath first.
Oh, so you do it the other way around.
Because like generally, like, you know, and I usually do the back feet first.
Okay.
And it gives me a feel of what the dog's going to be like to groom overall.
Okay, yeah.
And for some that don't particularly like their front feet getting done, you can sort of like work them into it by doing the back feet first.
I mean, it's the same as when you dry a dog's, you dry it from the back, not the front first, so they warm up to it.
Yep.
Should we move him or
I can put him around a bit further.
this way?
That would be great.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. There you go, Trey. Good boy, buddy.
Okay.
I also find using clippers to bevel a quicker and has a cleaner line. Yeah. Yeah.
I think because I've always done it with scissor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I find as well, like when people are like, just use a snap-on comb to do the length on the leg, and I'm like, oh, well, I'll just scissor it, and I'll quickly scissor it, because when you're used to scissoring it, it can be a lot faster.
Well, and because I guess for a show trim, you don't necessarily always have that clearance like in front of the foot, behind the foot. It also depends on, have you got a good foot?
Yeah.
If you've got a flat foot, you don't want to be showing a lot of that. So yes, that's why I would. I guess that's why I've never done that.
And his feet are still looking good.
They're beautiful.
Good feet, buddy.
Okay, so we'll just clean out the.
Can you do the back foot? I always. Oh, hey, Yvonne. Yeah. Yeah, we're doing the back feet.
Doing the back feet now. So this one you don't need to, because it is a back foot, I don't find that I have to spread the toes, like the same as what you do in the front. No.
Yeah, I understand. I was referring to the blade upside down, as I have seen on videos. Oh, okay. Yep. Depending on... I'll explain that in a jiffy, Stella, for sure. Once you've done his foot.
So with the back feet, we just shave just that little bit. What is it, the pastern in front of the pastern, and
so
I do the sides. Yep, set in those lines.
So, any tips for poodles who don't like their feet being clipped? I don't. Hey, Kelsey. Yeah,
I guess I take it slowly, and I would use, I guess, a lower volume clipper, like so the quieter the better.
Yeah.
And if they're not that keen on it, like if you can get them to relax while they're on your knee, that can be a good way. But a noose is always invaluable.
Yeah, like the grooming loop. Yeah. And I remember I had 2 dogs when I had my big Salon, and they hated the feeling of clippers on their feet, but anything else was fine. So I would just scissor their poodle feet so short that they look like poodle feet.
Yeah.
And they were always happy, because I didn't want them to go through like a bad experience and hate coming to see me when they were delightful little dogs.
Well, and the other thing is that, like, you know, this is how to get a nice clean poodle foot.
Yeah.
But if you've got if they really don't like it or they're quite irritated, sometimes you might just have to do it with the grain of the hair, instead of against it. So just getting off the bulk of the hair, basically, and then you can trim around the front of the toes.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, just a lot of, I guess, take them a bit slower. So now we'll just do the tops of that back foot.
And sometimes it can even be that, like, poodles, they had their feet trimmed had poodle feet done their whole life, and then all of a sudden they're older, they might have a bit of arthritis.
They can develop like yeast as well in between the toes, and if you put a clipper in that webbing when it's like totally inflamed, they're not going to be very happy at all.
Yeah, and I always check. So if someone says, oh, my poodle hates poodle feet, can't get near his feet, I'm always like, okay, can we pick the foot up first? Yes.
Let's have a look and see what's going on with it.
Can we move the toes around? Yes. Okay, well, is there any skin irritations? No. If we put the clipper vibration on the foot, how does the dog react? So it's about finding the stage where the dog can't tolerate that action and then working on that.
Yes, totally.
So it's kind of like problem solving. He gets a bit lazy. He likes to sit down a lot.
He does. I'm just going to move him a bit this way. Good boy. So we can see. So I'd already set the side lines in from the back.
For your little cuff.
Yeah. And then we're just taking the front off, taking the bulk. And I really like that little trimmer, Mel.
Yeah, they're good, aren't they?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah.
Really, it's really kind on their foot.
Yeah, Danielle's asking what the smaller one is, and that's that's an Ascalop as well. Oh, you weren't barking before. That's an Ascalop as well, and it's the Exacta. So they are very, very quiet.
Yeah, very quiet, and like I said, that edge you can it'd be very. I wouldn't say impossible, but it'd be very difficult to actually cut.
Yeah, Dash, hop up, buddy. Good boy.
So we'll just get all the little bits. When I'm doing it from the front, yes, I do separate.
But you're still stretching out those toes.
I'm still stretching out those toes.
Yeah. Oh, Donna, you just seen it was happening? I know, Donna. I was going to message you today, and then I just got so busy, and I'm so sorry. Next time I'll definitely send you a PM to say, we're on. Hi, Donna.
Good boy, Trey. Almost done. Oh, I know. And you can see, it's a little bit ticklish for him, so he's kind of kicking out.
Yeah.
So, lucky he's a miniature and not a standard.
Yeah. And I would say he's got the temperament of more of a toy. He's very soft in nature. I think it's because his best friend is a Bichon.
They've grown up together. It's his best mate.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, Kelsey, advanced scissoring for Poodle Feet.
So I think I've got the bulk of that, and I'm just going to...
definitely will post a link for the clippers. I'll get Corey onto that for you. So we've got his little cuffs.
Yeah, I'm just going to take some hair off, and then I'm going to... I know. I thought we took lots off the other day.
I know. And I took more off today.
I know. So yeah, yes, you could do it with the clippers, but yes, I guess it's just habit,
of coming in with the scissors.
Well,
and this is a thing about grooming, which I love, that there's so many different techniques, but the result's the same. So everybody does their own.
Well, I only have groomed because I was showing dogs, showing poodles. So, so we'll just check.
The little tufts.
Those little tufts. I know.
Good boy, Del.
Just a little bit in there.
I feel like it's always your own dog that isn't the most well-behaved model, although he's good.
He is very good.
But he's not normally our model. He's normally on there. I know, isn't Dash the best supervisor of on? He just wandered over there earlier.
Did he disturb Wiggles?
Yeah.
Oh.
Buddy keeps looking around for you, Miranda. Oh.
Who? Oh, Buddy.
Lucy said Buddy keeps looking around for you. Who's Buddy?
You met Lucy
Oh, yeah.
when she came and said hello to Trey at the Pet Lover show.
Yeah.
So, yes.
So how'd you go with that foot?
I think that's pretty good.
Okay, cool.
Have a look at that.
Yeah, nice. I love it.
So it's clean underneath.
So pass me the 5-in-1s. So this is what
Come on.
Stella was talking about earlier.
Okay.
So
Let me just get rid of some hair.
you can, to get rid of the tufts, flip the clipper around and come up this way.
I think, but if you've got a sharp edge, there's a potential because it's very soft skin.
I've never liked it, and I always used to see my good friend Sharon just like phew, 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 phew,
Okay.
and I'd be like, whoa, whoa, whoa! I'll just get the little trimmers, thanks.
I like I like that idea better.
I'll just get the little trimmers. So again, same like result, different technique, exactly the same. So we can do these other two after.
Yeah.
After meeting. After meeting probably
It's okay.
tomorrow.
It's okay.
So
Good boy,
here's a
Trey.
big question for you. When do you clip your poodle feet? Before the bath, after the bath?
I clip everything that needs to be shaved.
Yeah,
I'll get her. She's okay. I do before the bath
before the bath.
Yep.
Yep, I do as well.
because there's we're doing some very fine shaving.
Yeah.
So and it just gives the skin a good clean. It's okay.
We got little wiggles.
Yeah, it gives the skin, and then you get to shampoo it and dry it, so there's no residual
because
hair
I
left
hear
to irritate.
when groomers come to me for training, a lot of groomers say to me, "Oh no, I clip the feet after the bath because I don't want to ruin my blades." Now I'm always like, I would prefer a ruined blade than an irritated foot. So so would she. So I would always do them before as well because it helps wash away any of the little fine hairs.
Yes.
Any
especially-
debris, pollution.
Yeah, especially when you're
allergens.
using like a 50 or a 40 blade.
Yeah.
It's very fine because
Yeah.
you take off like some of the hair, but then you go back over it.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. But again, up to the individual, I suppose.
Turn around, Trey.
Okay, so we've got little wiggles down here.
We're going to give Trey a break
Yeah, he can hop next to
on the other chair, or
no, because you're going to sit there and
okay.
show us.
That's
So we're going to have Miranda just show us the action of how she's going to clip a baby poodle. So how old is little Wiggles?
she was 7 months
7 months.
on the weekend. Yeah,
Okay, so she runs around this place like she owns it.
she sure does.
Like, and there's like toilet rolls down here,
She's-
toys.
She's a
just-
tornado, up and down, up and down.
So you click the same, but how do you do it?
It's the same. Yes, it is the same action.
Yeah.
So like something that's nice and quiet.
Yeah.
would be good. And I have a little stool, like out in my grooming area,
Yeah.
and I just get the dog to relax.
So nice and calm.
Yeah, give her a few pats,
And we have to remember when we're clipping babies,
bit of a
feet,
belly rub.
it is important that they earn trust. So we don't want to push them to the point where they don't like it anymore.
Exactly, and you just take it very slowly. So just good girl, and a lot of positive reinforcement. And you're not probably looking for as perfect a foot
Yeah.
on a little one.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got something to say, haven't you?
Hey Jess, how are you?
Um,
And you can see how Miranda's holding her, so her head is near her head, so she can always see.
kissing noises.
Yeah, so she's got control with sound and
But just taking it very slowly, not not pushing her too much. She's getting distracted, which is really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm just like, once again, separating the webbing, like the toes by squeezing, like by putting a finger underneath.
Yeah. And I think a lot of groomers can relate to this. When you have babies come in, you just groom them on your knee the whole time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they feel safer.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're used to having cuddles.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
They're young puppies.
Yeah.
They're used to being cuddles. So that's all of her foot. And then because I'm not as like, you know, pushing them as hard, to do the underneath, I would just pull the toes back and just gently.
Yeah.
It's not going to be as clean underneath, but
At least they get used to
they
the
get
action
used
and
to it
conditioned to
and
it.
the vibration.
Yeah. Hi from sunny Perth. Great to see you live. Thank you. Hand pink waving. Ursula. Hey, Ursula. Oh, hey, Helena. I miss you.
So
That's it. Oh, good. So that's important. We'll hop back up here.
yeah, so you can see.
Okay, so our last topic is I always like to talk about if the dog is licking their paws after they get their poodle feet. And sometimes because I guarantee he's probably going to have a bit of a lick because he had teddy feet before.
He did.
That I never tell my dogs off. I always try and encourage them. So I'll be like, Trey, don't lick your feet. You've got beautiful feet, Trey. Don't lick them. Because I always like to think if he does have something in his foot that I don't want him to be scared to try and lick it, and then I won't be able to tell if there's something
And
in
I think that's why I like to bath them like afterwards. So, and if they're still like, you know, they're still sort of like licking their feet, I say, oh, show me what's, you know, what.
Yeah.
And even just giving them a rub,
Yeah.
maybe even a bit of like, you know, cream or something like, you know.
Yeah, so he's already, don't lick it, darling. You've got beautiful feet. See, this is what I do.
See, you're putting it into practice straight away.
Okay, well, that's a lot of information.
I think so.
Yeah. If you guys have any other questions, definitely ask us. This will still be up, so you'll be able to just pop some comments in and I'll definitely get back to you. And I just want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. You could be watching anything else on a Monday night at 7 o'clock, but you chose to be here. So I just love you guys for it. So we are going to do a live every month. So the next one is on the 12th of August, and it's going to be on my good friend's Japanese Spitz. So we're going to groom it out, give it a bit of a tidy up. One of our lives, we're going to have Laurie Keel come in and do some coat carving, some patterns in coats. So that's going to be amazing.
That'll be so cool.
Yeah, she's amazing. So if you guys... if you definitely have any questions, definitely ask. No questions are too small or too silly.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I just want to thank Miranda Duncan because she's amazing and definitely going to have her on
thanks
again.
for inviting me, Mel. It was great.
She was pretty nervous, but I think she's done well.
There's lots of fun.
And thank you to Miss Wiggles Pants.
And her voice.
She's been very vocal. Yeah.
Yes.
So until next time, guys.
Well, what about Trey?
Oh, thank you, Trey.
Yeah, he was such a good boy.
Oh, and Dash.
Yeah, he's asleep.
Okay, so until next time, guys, happy grooming.